Hi guys, I've just been back from my summer holiday and I've been out for about 5 days and I haven't watered the plants or anything. I don't have any self-watering system, so my plants have had to stay 5 days without any watering, and that's both for the plants indoors and outdoors. I was thinking it was going to rain to help the ones outdoors, but unfortunately we haven't gotten any rain. So I've been in and some plants were already struggling, but I've gone around and watered everything firstly, just to ensure I don't stress them any further. But there's a lot happening in the polytunnel, loads of tomatoes that are ripe, loads of things outside that are also ripe that I need to take. So I'm talking about the blackberries in this case. We no more have black currants, we've harvested all. There's going to be some raspberry also, but it's mainly the blackberries we'll be getting outside. So now that I've watered the whole plant, both indoors and outdoor, what I want to do now is go around picking my harvests. Oh, there's one bed I haven't watered in the polytunnel, and that's this my middle bed. It's the it's my all in all when it comes to my tomato growing and my chilies. So these plants are the ones I really pet. So I'm very particular with this particular bed, making sure there are no weeds on the bed, and I water them very well. And also because it's quite elevated compared to the other ones from the ground, there are less slugs on this particular bed. So we've got loads of ripening happening, and I'm here to grab the harvest. So as I said, I haven't watered the bed because there are loads of ripe tomatoes I want to take off first before I water. Loads of cherries are on here, and I really wouldn't want these cherries to have too much water in them, because the more you water, you kind of dilute the flavor of your cherry tomato. They've been out without water for about 5 days, so they should have enough sweetness. There would be cucumbers to harvest also, but let me grab this harvest first before I water the bed. But get ready, you would be surprised the amount of harvest I'm going to pull off this. From the cherries to the beefsteak, there's going to be loads that I'll be pulling off. So stick around and let's see what we get off. So guys, I'll be starting my harvesting from this side of the polytunnel, although I know I talked about wanting to do this one first, but let's do the easier ones to pick, which are just this mamand that I've gone ripe again. So they are beefsteak, and I've got several vines here with everything not ripe, but a good amount being ripe. So I'm just going to grab this ones individually and leave the rest to ripen on the vine. And guys, you know what they say about leaving the tomatoes, stressing your tomatoes so it ripens faster. I really don't stress my tomatoes, but at the same time, I just let it do whatever it needs to do. And what I mean by that is, because I've been away for about 5 days, right? And it wasn't watered, it's already been stressed. I don't have to say, okay, because I want to get things to ripe, I'll stop watering or reduce watering. I know probably it does help, but I've never experimented on that. I just keep watering the same way that I've been watering. It's just when it gets closer to autumn, I reduce my watering, and that's only because you're not having so much evaporation, but not because I'm trying to stress my plants to ripen. But probably the stress of not being watered for 5 days have led to all this ripeness, that I'm getting now from the plant. And there are loads just from this one plant. I could basically harvest 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 tomatoes, but I'm going to leave the other ones and take only this 4 of this plant. There's another one here which I think is still part of the plant. Yeah, it's an extension, another branch. So that's another one. I'll grab that. It's not as red as this other ones, but it's fine. So I'll carry on with the harvest, guys, and I'll keep bringing you through. See what's going on. So, you know what? I'll take this orange ones. You know, they're not very red, but they're in the process of ripening. I'll just take them off. So it puts its energy on others. I would like to get as many as possible. So I'm grabbing those two also. I'll leave the other ones that have more green on them, like that one. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the bottom and we'll grab a few over there. So those two are not very red, but I'll take the bigger of the two over there. I'll just pick one of them, and then we'll do the cherries. Oh no, let's carry on with the beefsteak. There's several over here, which I'm gonna pick also. That's a beefsteak there. There's another one up here. This leaves blocking it. So that's a beefsteak there. You can see how red it is. There's another one at the bottom. There's several. Yeah, we'll go around the end and I'll show you guys. So that's one that we'll be taking. That's another one there. That's two over there. And there's a couple more there. So I'm gonna grab all the beefsteak and then I'll pick the cherries. So that's all the beefsteak we're taking from the polytunnel. There's a couple in the greenhouse I'll go grab. But now let's do the cherries. That's the one we're gonna get loads and loads. And just in here I have maybe, I think, more than 20 beefsteak. They are not very big though. They're average size, I would say. I think this is the largest one I was able to get out. All right, this one. And this one looks like the one that's most red, but that's a good harvest. Put it that way. Let's see. I can show you very well. Yep, that's it. So now let's get the cherries, and then I'll go outside and do blackberries. Oh, before I go outside, there's also the cucumbers to take, so we'll be doing that also. But let's quickly grab as many of these cherries as possible, because one thing that happens with the cherries, because they're quite small, when they're ripe or almost when they're ripe and probably very ripe, and you keep watering, what then happens is they start splitting. So we get out as much as possible the ones that are really red or bits orangey, or close to red but very orange. Another thing to note with the cherries, once you notice they've split, take them off. If not, the openings will be where you start getting things like mold and things coming on the plant. First on the fruits, and I've not seen it affecting the plant though, but it just doesn't look nice. So this is all I got from my harvest today. Those are the cherries. So you could see there are loads of them. That's enough snack for a couple of days, maybe two, if not one. And that's the beefsteak, mamand. And then these are the cucumbers. I think I was able to get about 10 cucumbers. This one has a funny shape because there was a string wrapped around it, so it kind of pressed it at that end. But the top side is fine. Even if it's not, if my wife don't want to eat it or the kids, they'll just throw it away into the compost bin. But this one's, the other 9 are all looking good. That one's very huge. Kind of forgot to take it off early. So that's all the harvest from the polytunnel. What I'm going to do now is go into the greenhouse and get a few tomatoes. I think there's a tomatoes I've missed. The Brad Atomic Fusion. I'm going to grab that one. Probably there's 1 or 2 ripe. But I'll move into the greenhouse and get whatever I could get from there. I know it's not going to be much. The chilies are not ripe yet. They are mainly green. They're doing well, but they are not ripe yet. And even the ones in the polytunnels, the same. The story is the same. So I'll move over there, do those harvests, and also grab some more harvests from the blackberries that are outside. But this is going to be a very quick video today just to show you guys the state of the allotment after my holiday and the amount of harvests I've been able to pull through to encourage you guys to, that are looking to go into gardening to get into it. But guys, this is where I'm going to leave it for today. Thank you very much for sticking around. Thank you very much for your support. I want to say a big shout out to everyone. We've smashed the 300 mark. We're running up to, I think, 320 or so. Maybe we're around 314, 315 now. And I know it's only going to keep increasing. So thank you very much. Please recommend this channel to your family and friends. Those that are looking to get into gardening and thinking it's too difficult to garden. Yes, you have to dedicate your time, but it's not that difficult as people sometimes make it to be. And in this channel, that's what we're looking to explore: the easiest, best ways to garden. That's not too expensive, doesn't cost you too much, but at the same time gives you a very good harvest. So it's worth your time. It's worth the effort you put in. But this is where I'm going to leave it. Thank you, and I'll catch you again in the next one. Bye bye, guys. Bye bye.